war in Ukraine is now in its 25th day, and while the death toll sadly continues to rise, Russian troops have met much more resistance than they initially expected. So what do people inside Russia think about the war, and is there a growing opposition to Putin within his own country? We caught up with a local expert to get some insight. As the brutal war on Ukraine approaches the 1-month mark, it's safe to say this isn't the quick victory Russia was hoping for.
And the fact that they're still fighting in all of the major cities says to us and to the rest of the world that things are probably not going quite as they expected.
We spoke with Jody Ferguson, an Austin-based expert on Russia and former advisor to the Pentagon, about the significance of Vladimir Putin's big speech on Friday in front of 200,000 people in Moscow.
Shoulder to shoulder, they help and support each other, and if needed, they would take a bullet for one another on the battlefield.
Ferguson says Putin's pep talk to the Russian people was telling, a spectacle some commentators have compared to a rally by former U.S. President Donald Trump.
And I think that he felt that he needed to get in front of the nation, let them know that things were on track, but it definitely was unprecedented, and I think that you could safely say that he took a page out of President Trump's book there.
All begging the question, is Putin losing the support of his people, given this anti-war sign held by a Russian state television employee during a broadcast, an apparent pro-Ukraine message from Russian cosmonauts dressed in yellow and blue, and these words from Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's popular in Russia.
I regret to tell you that thousands of Russian soldiers that have been killed.
So are Russians hearing those messages?
I think they are getting through.
Still, Ferguson says they may not be doing much to sway people who may not support the war per se, but aren't exactly ready to oppose their president and the military.
Of course, there is opposition in Russia, but I think that at this stage that it's not very strong. I think that it's going to be a while before you're going to see serious opposition against Putin.
And perhaps the biggest concern inside Russia, the impact of the war and of sanctions on that nation's economy, with the Russian government likely facing default. And Ferguson says, generally speaking, those economic sanctions have been effective so far, but it remains to be seen what the full long-term impact will be.